Hey guys, Ryan here, and today we are back with the Misfitz Racing League for the Xfinity Series. We had the truck race last night, which was a pretty great race to watch, to be honest. Ended up being kind of a fuel mileage strategy race at the end, with pretty good 3 and 4 wide racing throughout most of it. I expect a lot of those same things to kind of play over to tonight's race as we go to Auto Club once again, this time running 150 miles around this 2-mile super speedway. So here we go, just getting everything set up, making sure we are live. Yes, we are. Making sure that they are actually loading in because they may have sent a invite for someone else there. Oh, that invite was long ago. So, yeah, just kind of waiting on them to get loaded in. So it'll be 75 laps, 150 miles here at Auto Club Speedway here in Fontana, California. We got Tanklin sitting on the pole. We got 13 drivers, which ninth on back actually all basically forfeited their qualifying attempt to start at the rear. So MRL, Keystone, Blitzkrieg, Hitman, Sporter, and Nostang will be starting from the rear of the field, with Tanklin sitting on the pole at a 40.251 for the lap time, and we're just waiting on them to get loaded on in. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun race though. Here, Auto Club Speedway, one of my favorite tracks to watch racing at, especially in this game where the the increased tire wear that they've added in over the courses of the different installments of the game. So it's always fun to watch some Auto Club racing. You can go high, you can go low, and across the course of the run, the tires wear out drastically different. And here we go. Now they're loading in, so we're going to go on in and join in. We're going to see the opening laps of this race. Only 75 laps, and the race will be broken up into stages, so got to be careful, because those short stages, they can mean a lot in the grand scheme of things when you look at the point standings. I mean, just looking at the Xfinity points as they run right now, the guy at the top of the list has 2 stage wins already, despite not being necessarily the best driver over the course of the full season. As well as other stage winners kind of being ahead of where they normally finish. Like, for example, Chiller, he's won 2 stages, but has yet to finish higher than third, and third was actually a backup driver for that car, so. But here we go, getting ready for the race. Going to the green flag here, Tanklin on the pole position. And as I said, a lot of guys choosing to start at the rear of the field from 9th on back. All starting rear of the field. And that's going to be important as we get into this race. I mean, see, already a challenge for the lead. I believe that's JR on the outside. JR in the 08. Tanklin in that number 11. And I say a fairly Camaro-heavy field from the looks of it at first glance. We got a lot of Chevys, so we do have some Ford power deeper in the field. We got the 9 here, Warrior. We got the 3 of Anarchy. T-Sat's your highest running Ford to my knowledge. We've got the 99 Toyota Supra. So we do have a couple of Toyotas, including the 70 of Blitzkrieg, who has won 2 of the 4 races so far this season. And the 60th Sporter is actually a Toyota. I didn't realize that. I thought he was a Ford driver, but yeah, and you got Nostang who drives Ford. But JR able to get the lead early on in this race away from Tanklin. But will he be able to hold on to it? Of course, having to hold on to the race lead for the full stage is going to be tough. Only 17 laps. I was say 17 laps, but of course, with the leapfrog style of racing we've seen, already. JR was able to lead that lap, but it was by only an inch or two. Right now, tackling to that inside. He's looking to try and pass JR. He is clear to slide up, but the question is he going to try and slide up? Yes, he does. He does get up clear in front of the 08 to JR, and kind of hooks, to be honest, kind of hooks up there with him on the hot. Gets him onto his rear bumper, essentially trying to get the 08 kind of locked onto his bumper. That's actually something I didn't think about. I haven't really tried it, and I'm not the best of drivers around here. I mean, that's why I'm up here. But I wonder if you could actually get someone kind of stuck on your rear bumper. Like, if you don't let them kind of let the gap build, to be honest, you could probably keep them behind you for quite a bit. Here we go, JR right back around the 11. Seems like they're very even, 3 wide for second place here as the 5 and the 3 go on by. So yeah, it definitely looks like Tanklin, to be honest, his front 4 and 5s are pretty evenly matched here early on in this race. Despite we're only a couple laps in, a lot of guys already, changing positions up front. JR will lead that lap. I mean, 08. Got the 5 JP Big Dogs on the outside. And then you've got that inside lane really starting to seem like it might be preferred, at least early on here, as a lane of choice for a lot of these guys. And of course, when you've got a preferred lane, a lot of people, when they think they're the faster car, are going to start drifting to that higher side or the non-preferred lane to try and make passes. So here we go. And we got another challenge for the lead. Who is that? That is JR trying to fend off the 3 of Anarchy. So Anarchy all the way up here as well already. 12 laps to go on the stage. It's going to be a fun one. But here we go. 08 on the high side, 3 on the inside. Anarchy trying to mount that challenge, but not really able to get it. The 08 just sending it around the outside into the corner, and actually was able to pull away entering the corner, which that's not usually where you see guys gain the ground on the high side. Usually where they gain the ground on the high side is on corner exit, getting that run off. Which that kind of is a bit impressive to see someone being able to kind of flip that narrative of the outside being good on the run off the corner. Now, I don't know if that just kind of shows that he's got a much better car than a lot of these guys. And Keystone, who started last, he elected to start last on that option. He is now all the way up here into 4th place already. Now, granted, that's only plus like 5 spots, but to be up 5 spots already without having lost too many in the middle of a pack, I mean, it's pretty impressive. But yeah, right now, though, it's a short run to the first stage, and a lot of these guys starting to get racy here. Franklin back up to 2nd. He's now going to be looking for the charge on the 08. The 3 kind of looking to see what he can do. So, of course, you don't have any guarantees that if you make a move that the person behind you is going to go with you. Because even if it's a teammate, when those points start to get awarded, you really don't have any other teammates except for potentially a spotter or crew chief that you might have in the race. So I don't think anyone in the group is actually utilizing any options like that, which is kind of unfortunate. I'd love to see them start to implement some of these guys trying stuff like that out. Right now you have the 9 working his way back up. But right now, Keystone now right up in the mix for this battle for the lead. You got side by side for 2nd with Keystone right in behind and JR right out in front. Keystone decides to push the 3. I'm pretty sure that's not a teammate there. But he decides to push the 3 and gets him through past the 11. Now the question is, though, is that going to now kind of prevent the 17 from being able to get that run? Because, of course, without... Oh, never mind. I was saying something and... Oh, cars are around. The 70 in the wall. Looked like the 5 potentially was also... Yeah, the 5 involved. That's going to be a caution flag here, and that's going to make this a pretty short run. The 25... the 99 slowing it down. So we're going to have a short run to the finish of the stage. It'll be a shootout. And that's going to be exciting for sure. So here we go. Everybody's getting into positions here. 5-lap shootout here to win the stage. Keystone going to be starting third, assuming that there aren't pit stops, because that's also another strategy. If some of these guys further back in the points may try and implement a strategy to try and get up there. Domino, who's starting out dead last in points because this is his first race in the series, could maybe he pull a strategy to try and get a stage win, or even just some stage points to add to it, or guys like Savage or JP Big Dogs who have run limited races in the series to try and get the advantage. Let's say even guys like Catalyst, Tyler, and whatnot that are down lower, closer to that cut line, but aren't completely out of it. Or could someone like Tanklin just use it to pull even further ahead, as he's, I believe, currently the points leader? Yeah, so Tanklin's the points leader. So potentially Tanklin could go and just use this to get even further ahead. But let's see. Rather than just talking about what they could do, let's watch and see what's going to happen. I'd almost anticipate JR going to try and keep some of that track position, but let's see. Looks like a lot of guys going with 4 tires. I don't know. Mustang might have done 2 to try and get up in the mix with a lot of these guys. So here we go. So, looks like the top 3 unaffected. Tanklin will start up there as well. Just kind of looking at the running order as we've got it now. So your top 5 being JR, Anarchy, Keystone, Tanklin, and running 5th. I believe that's Mustang with that strategy call to get up there. I'm saying some of those guys had more damage than others, able to also pull off those guys. But now I'd say the guys in the front of the field are going to have a big advantage. Going to be hard to beat them, but certainly not impossible. And we're going to see. We restart with not a lot of laps to go, and I can already see Keystone hanging back, getting ready to go and try and get this restart of his life. Green flag, green flag. Oh, and Keystone spins the tires and takes out Mustang with him. That could potentially be the caution that ends the stage. And that will almost hand it to JR, assuming they don't let it just race back to the line or race it back around to the stage finish. That was unfortunate. I think that might have been a shifter issue if I had to guess. I know Keystone was trying out a new shifter, and yeah, that looks like well, at the very least, they're going to throw the caution flag. We don't know if it's going to end the stage yet. They've got a couple of laps to play with. It's going to be a close call, though. We're going to have to wait and see if they're going to just ride around or if they're going to actually try and get this thing restarted. Let's see. Looks like, oh, JR comes down pit road. Oh yeah, if I'm anyone behind JR, I'm staying out. A lot of guys disagree. I don't know why. It does look like a split decision, though. Not everybody unanimously agreed. Anarchy, running second, did agree to go for it. Now, I don't blame the guys that were involved in the wreck for coming down pit road. I think they had damage and weren't going to be able to realistically compete for that stage win regardless. I mean, if I was any of the guys behind him at that point, I pretty much would be looking at staying out unless a lot of cars were involved. So yeah, I would definitely be at the very least cautious of what's going to happen on this restart, though, because now you've got a bunch of cars trying to go for the stage win, and we know that this is going to be the last restart of the stage, and there just aren't enough laps left to get it done otherwise. So here we go. It's not going to be a lot of laps left. Tanklin and Anarchy going to battle it out for the stage win. Warrior right in behind as well. Warrior's been known to get some pretty good restarts in other leagues that I've been a part of. 99 to Domino, rookie coming in here making his first start here at Auto Club Speedway. I believe he's going to be trying to run full time, so let's see what's going to happen. Of course, that's always the key, is when you're making your first start to impress, and green flag is in the air, and let's see what's going to happen. It's going to be a 3-lap shootout. 3 laps to go. So assuming no caution, that inside lane is going to absolutely fight for it. Tanklin not able to get anything off that high side on the restart. And neither did anyone else in the high side. Everybody on the inside lane really made it work on getting up the speed. Now you start to see some guys starting to spread up the field and going up the track trying to make the move. So right now, Anarchy in that number 3 takes the lead here from the point on the restart. He had the lead, he had the control, he was the control car, and he got it done on the restart, at least for now. We're going to have to wait and see what's going to happen with the 9, the 11, and the 70, and the 11 actually already back up in this fight. I thought it was going to take him a lot longer to get back up here, but it doesn't look like it will take him all that long to get back to the front. But yeah, right now, though, I just think they're running out of laps, battling for second, trying to get second place away. Of course, that extra point could be valuable to some of these guys, but they're letting the playoff point slip away, and Anarchy will probably get this stage. Final lap. Let's see, 3 wide per second. What are they going to be able to do here coming out of turn 2? Looks like Tanklin falling back, but the 70 of Blitzkrieg able to get up there and take the second position away. The 9 way up on the high side, not really going to be able to make much happen. He's probably going to lose another spot if he's not careful. But here we go, coming to the start-finish line. Anarchy, will win stage 1. Anarchy wins stage 1 away from a couple of really great drivers there. You got Tanklin up there. He's been one of the better drivers this season, and in fact, he's the points leader in the series. Blitzkrieg has won 2 of the 4 races already this season. And Warrior is making, I believe this is his first start as well. So let's see what's going to happen here. It's going to be another short segment, and we're going to have to wait and see what's going to happen. Of course, first off is pit stops. I would expect pretty much everybody to come to pit road, get fuel and tires, adjust your car, figure out what you think you need for this run to try and go and get this one done. And here we go. Franklin a little bit further back than he would like to probably be restarting. Stage winner, Anarchy loses his spot. The 70 of Blitzkrieg takes off from the first position. 17 of Keystone right on the outside. Got another Ford on his rear bumper actually pushing. Who was that other Ford anyway? Was that the, oh, that was a 31 of Hitman, I believe. Was the Ford Mustang pushing Keystone there into turn 1. And hey, never have too many friends around here, especially on restarts where you need to get a good push. But here we go. Gonna be 3 wide here for second. Oh no, actually, it gets taken 3 wide for like 5th there. I thought they were gonna be going for second. And in fact, there's a battle for the lead. Franklin gets it away from Blitzkrieg, as Blitzkrieg will take second on that lap as we get ready to see. As these laps just kind of wind down 13 more times around. These guys, if they keep racing like this for 13 laps, I will be amazed. Because that is nearly a full fuel run if I had to guess. Oh, a lot of guys. Oh, one car spinning down the inside wall, and that's going to be a hard hit. And of course, with how wide this track is, that's a 1-car incident. And that's Anarchy. Oh, the stage 1 winner. And he's in major trouble for trying to win stage 2 here. Oh, Keystone also involved. And I believe because that's the second car involved, we're going to see the caution flag come out. And everybody's going to slow the pace down once again. So I didn't actually see Keystone get involved in that. But Keystone and the stage winner both way up there racing for this win, or for the stage win, and they both end up with very poor situations right now. There's still a lot of racing to go here in this first stage, or second stage, I mean. But still, lots of points on the table, and of course that all-important prize still looming, this Auto Club race win. Now, of course, race win doesn't put you in the playoffs, but it will certainly give you a big boost of points to try and help get you there. But a win shouldn't mean everything in a league. It shouldn't be a game of win a race and then leave for a while. So these guys, they're going to be fighting for every point they can get throughout the entire season to try and keep themselves in that chase bubble. I believe it's top 10 make the chase, if I'm not mistaken. But here we go. Franklin hits pit road, and most everybody goes with him. Who's the one contrarian? Let's see. Mustang. The guy who was actually the second car involved in that earlier wreck that brought it down to a 3-lap shootout at stage 1, now stays out and assumes the race lead, so he looks like he may be better off than a lot of people considered. Looks like Franklin's going to easily win the race off pit road. I think that might have been a 2-tire call for him. A lot of the rest of them, though, doing 4 tires. Might even been fuel only for Franklin. The second car out there was 2 tires, and the rest were 4 tires. And then, of course, you got the 4 tires and damage now leaving with the 2 guys that were involved heavily in that wreck, with Keystone and Anarchy. So here we go. Mustang, the guy who started dead last on this field, versus the pole sitter, a Ford versus a Chevy. Do you have a more iconic duo battling it out in what's as close as we ever get to Hollywood in racing? I think this is probably as good a deal as we could have, and for the storyline as well. The guy starts last, goes all the way up, and is now leading the race. And the guy who started first in the race, running second, gonna duel it out for the win. Now, oh, Mustang pulls over. Why is Mustang pulling over? What the? I is confused. Did the race go back green flag? No, race did not go back green flag, but not really sure what the goal was there, and don't know who that Will Bob guy is. Let me make sure I got him muted. Okay, I do have him muted from a previous race when he popped on in. But yeah, I'm not really sure what happened though with Nos there. I think he may have just gotten in the car, get away from him there, but here we go. We got the 9, we got the 11, the 9, the 08, the 31. Everybody grouping up, getting ready to go back racing here in Southern California. And to be honest though, the racing so far has been absolutely amazing. And oh, someone gets into, looks like that was, who was that? It was like Master got into the 17 at Keystone back there. Hopefully that doesn't impact anyone's ability to make this restart happen. So I want to see this restart, and I want to see what they are going to be able to do here. Coming towards the end of stage 2 already. It's a short stage. We're going to have to wait and see, though. What's going to happen? Green flag is out. And let's see. We have 2 Chevys on the front row, with a couple of Chevys filling out the rest of the top 5, as well as 1 Ford. No Toyotas in the top 5, but again, they're a less common manufacturer in this race, so I mean, there's less of them, so I guess it wouldn't be too surprising to not see one in the top 5 until now, because there goes Blitzkrieg going into 5th. Well, let's see, the 9 of Warrior versus the 11 of Tanklin. Yeah, right now, though, a lot of these guys are going to be battling it out. At the front, let's see, how many laps we got left to go? 8. 8 laps remaining on the stage. And they are 2 and 3 wide for the race lead. Oh, 1 car around. Uh-oh, is that going to pile up others? Yes, it will. Oh, that's the leader piled up. I don't know what happened to the race leader. I thought he'd be out in front of all this. That's going to be another caution here, and that's going to rack up even more laps towards the end of this race. Question is, are they opening pit road this time by? Looks like the answer is no, they are not opening pit road this time by, so they're going to have to go at least one more time around before they open pit road. 7 laps to go now, go into the pits, 6. Go back, restart with 5 to go, is what it's looking like. It looks like it'll be a 5 to go restart here in the Auto Club 300 here in the Misfitz Racing League. And let's see what we got here. Here we go. Everybody's going to be now plotting their strategies. Some guys I'm sure are going to come down pit road. Some may not. We might see some of these guys stay out and try and win this stage. Of course, only 5 laps, but we've seen so far 1 and 2 laps. It's hard to stay out front, especially if you're on older tires like a lot of these guys would be. But 2 of them are going to do it. Extreme Sporter in the number 60 Toyota Supra. And who's the other one? Let's see. T-Sat in the number 25 Ford Mustang. So two drivers that have been kind of mid-pack a lot of the day, so they'll probably finish higher than they were running. Question is, though, are they going to run high enough now to actually earn some points? And earn some points, potentially a playoff point, is what I think a lot of them are looking at. Looks like some of these guys making fuel-only stops to make sure they can make it as far as possible. Maybe go on 2 tires to try and just make sure they can get out in front, but still have some advantage. And I'm sure you're going to see a lot of guys go for 4 tires, because 4 tires is more grip. So let's see what's going to happen here. So here we go. A lot of these guys kind of running the pace here under the caution flag, just getting ready for this one. Sporter in that number 60. He's going to be fun to watch. I don't know what he's going to do, but it's always exciting when Sporter's got a shot at pretty much anything when it comes to a track and a race like this one that's been so heavily momentum-based. He's got another Toyota Supra right in behind him as well to help push. I don't know how aerodynamic those Supras are, but the noses don't look like noses that can push. Now I say that they aren't quite as much of a point as the Camaro, but here we go. Green flag is back out. We're not going to worry about a lot of that. We'll worry about 5 laps to go. Racing at Auto Club in the stage. 5 laps in the stage, not in the race. And let's see what's going to happen here. But yeah, right now, side by side with that race lead, T-Sat. It's going to be close here coming down the line. Actually, Tanklin on the outside leads the lap. Yeah, right now, though, everybody fighting for every point they can get. 4 laps remaining. Sporter kind of falling through the field. 4 wide, 5 wide for a moment there. That's a lot of these guys trying to make it around some of these slower cars that are in the mix. Yeah, right now though, that T-Sat and Sporter, the 2 guys that stayed out, definitely seem to be running pretty well, but problem is they're losing spots all over the place too. Guys like Tanklin here in the 11, the 08 of JP Big Dogs at number 5, running 1, 2, 3. So yeah, it's gonna be fun to watch here as they get ready for this one. Final stage is going to be a little longer, so it's going to take a little bit more strategy probably to win it. Okay, so it only looks like the duel for first isn't going to be the one to watch, but here we go, middle of the pack, we got some 3 wide racing. A lot of these guys just kind of waiting, hoping for mistakes from some of the others. I don't think that's going to be the case here in the middle of the pack, where a lot of these guys think that they've got better race cars than they are currently showing. And I think some of them actually do have race winning or even stage winning potential. I just don't think they've got the laps or the track position initially to get it done. Here we go, the 08 making the pass, and the 11 as well, so we do have a race for the stage win. So right now we got a couple of guys trying to work their way around this track. Only a few laps remaining for Tanklin to try and find his way around the 08 of JR. And I don't think JR is just going to smack the wall coming out of turn 4 and hand it to him like JR Hildebrand did back in the Indy 500. And it looks like stage is over, so stage win goes to JR, with second place being Tanklin, third place JP Big Dogs, fourth place is Blitzkrieg, fifth place Anarchy. So here we go. 41 lap stage. They made about 20 laps on fuel. Definitely going to be some numbers to watch here as we get ready to restart this thing. So here we go, getting ready for this restart. And everybody's getting their final picks of what they want to do for pit stops, and the yellow flag has been flown. We are going to be throwing the green flag here in just a second. And here comes the green flag. Green flag is out, and they are racing it once again back down into turn 1. Yeah, right now the JR, he was able to maintain the lead off the pit stop at the end of the stage. That's something that not everybody's been able to do so far tonight. But right now, that Toyota Supra, the number is 70. Oh, uh-oh, looks like the 12 of Masters, or the 02, I mean, of Masters decided to bow out the race. I don't know if he's just lagging that bad that he's decided to call it a night or what, but 37 laps to go. Okay. So right now you got Hitman right up here in the mix, trying to get up there. We've got Anarchy to his inside. You got 2 and 3 wide in front of him. What could go wrong? Oh yeah, and we got a challenge for the race lead. So challenging for the race lead. Let's see who's going to be able to go for it. You got the 11 diving low, trying to get it, but don't think he's going to be able to get that low. So right now, a lot of these guys are going to be trying to bunch up. So right now, the 5 trying to find his way past the 70 to try and get up there in the mix. So it's going to be definitely a tough fight here as they get ready for this final stage, and they are going to need at least one green flag pit stop in the middle of it. Now, if they time that pit stop right, they'll keep it to a one-stop race. If they pit too early, though, they won't make it back to the start-finish line on fuel, and will need to come back in for another stop. I think they've only got about a lap and a half of leeway to try and get all of this done. Looks like Nostang is out the race as well, so he will have to try and figure out what he's going to do for the rest of the night. As we got 7 people watching, wow. Well, welcome everybody that's decided to tune in here for the race. We got about 35 laps to go, and Tanklin here, the pole sitter, trying to find his way up from 4th place back to the race lead. This will also be his 2nd race win of the season. Got Domino trying to work his way up through the field. Keystone has had a few misfortunate events where we've had guys get loose, spin, get loose and collect others coming through the trial, trying to get up through gears. So here we go. Got the 5 of JR and the 5 of JP Big Dogs and the 08 of JR, and they're both gonna be trying for this one. So I'd say if you guys haven't already, I'd say grab some popcorn and your soda of choice, and let's see what's gonna happen here. Here we go, 5 going to the inside. He's going to try and slide it on in there. I don't know if that dirt track style move is going to work here. It's a very slick track indeed, but it's a wide one. It's got room for this kind of racing. Okay. Well, we got C-Man in the chat. He's usually one of the guys racing in the league. I'm cheering on his Turner Motorsports teammates. I don't actually know too many of the teams and how they're split up, especially now, but good luck to them, of course, and good luck to pretty much everybody as they get ready for this one. JR in that 08, it's going to be a matter of just can he get on and off pit road smoothly, and can he time his pit stop absolutely perfectly to try and get that advantage, because as long as he can maintain close quarters as the 5 goes on by him, and if he can execute the pit stop to perfection, he can get the race lead and potentially go and steal the win on a strategy call. Just matters about what lap you want to pit on. And I'm sure that's on a lot of these guys' mind, thinking about trying to nail down the perfect lap for a pit stop. Oh, and the 27 in the garage as well now. Looks like another driver bowed out the race early. That's going to be kind of unfortunate as we get towards the end of this one. Another driver that isn't in contention. No, never mind. T-Sat, the number 25, is coming back out on the track. Now, if you pit for fuel and tires there, I'd almost say it's impossible for him to get back around to the start-finish line on that stop. Now, if he wants to try and race it to a caution flag, wait till some of the pit cycles start to cycle around and getting a yellow. First off, not a bad strategy. Second off, it might work. But also, in order to do that, you're going to need a caution. But we also have seen a couple cautions already tonight. So if we can get a lucky caution, potentially that's their dart to throw off the board. Because not everybody has 8, 9, 10 darts to go and throw at their dart board. Sometimes they only have 1 or 2 trying to go for it. And in this case, I think for some of those guys towards the back half of the pack, that was going to be their final gambit if they wanted to actually win the race. Yeah, number 8, 08, JR, trying to find any sort of speed he can. It's a good run through the corner, but just doesn't have the grip on the exit as he gets really close to that wall. So he does manage to make up ground on the 5, and he may end up leading that lap. So it's going to be a lot of the guys trying to race it out. They need to make it 6 more laps to get in the window. So 6 more laps of doing this, and then coming into the pits would be my call at least. Now, they do have the option to vary that about a lap, lap and a half, 2 laps, maybe even 3 for some of these guys that have been saving a lot of fuel. But let's see. Okay, 25 laps to go. This is going to be a shootout here. Just getting ready for this one. And we got another pass for the lead, at least being attempted here. Definitely some good racing early on. And to be honest, throughout most of this race, there's been pretty good racing. Right now we got JR and JP Big Dogs trying to trade it back and forth for the lead with Tanklin right in tow. Now, I don't know what their tie-break scenarios are if indeed 2 drivers come across the line at the exact same time. I don't actually know what the call is there. And in particular, I don't know what's going to happen when 2 drivers this equal try and make a pit stop, especially if they try and coordinate it with anyone else, pretty much, even themselves. Here you go. 08 all the way to the bottom. 5 on the high side. Not really much he can really do, though. He can slide it down to the bottom, but without the grip to stick it down bottom, you really can't get there. It's like a Florida parking lot. You can't get there from here. But yeah, right now those 3 doing it out. Let's see. Looks like the 9 Warriors decide that now is the time to come to the pit road. Got the 3 of Anarchy. And let's see what's going to happen here. We got the 31 on pit road. So here we go. The 08 looking to the inside. 5 on the outside trying to hang it tough. It's going to be a fun one to watch these 2 duel it out. And to be honest, they have no signs of stopping either. So I'm all in for it. I'm in to watch these guys duel it out the entire rest of the way. Now, I don't know if they're going to be able to separate each other without fighting. This one out on track. And to be honest, I think it's probably going to be a pit strategy game as well. I think if these guys can't manage to organize and get a pit stop in, I think that's going to be the biggest chance for someone else to get in there and take this one. Or potentially a caution flag coming out from someone having a tire blow. Okay, so here we go. About 1 lap to go on a lot of these guys' fuel tanks, I'd assume. So I'd say we're going to start to see some of these guys kind of peeling off towards pit road that haven't already. The 3 being one of them. So yeah, so they're doing a pretty good job though of running up front the 08 and the and here we go. Here the the 08, the 5, the 11, all coordinating it. Now the question is, are they coordinating a pit strategy or are they just coordinating when they want to pit? Because with this being potentially the only green flag pit stop all night long, it could make the difference. And they're going to be right on the number as well for making it to the end on fuel. So that'll be another interesting tidbit to have involved there, is everybody kind of being on the edge on fuel mileage. Let's see. Who else is down on pit road right now? Oh, is Sporter in the pits? Looks like Sporter's in. And it looks like the 08 was able to win the race off the pit road, so he'll be able to hold on to this one, at least for the time being. And you would think that that lead for the time being is going to also factor in to what they're able to do now that they're back on track with their clean tires, because there isn't a whole lot of pack racing going on right now. But to be honest, I don't think you need that for a good race. Oh, no, I hit the wrong button. No, whoops. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. Dang it. Uh-oh. Let's see if I'm going to message the group, try and make sure I get an invite back into the next caution. Yeah, so I'm asking right now if I can get an invite. Then I'll try and keep you guys at least up to speed with what's going on from Keystone's perspective. Sorry about the drop in coverage for right now. Let's see if we can get that. But yeah, so here we go. So right now, Keystone guy, he's quite a bit behind. He's running 8th. So we're not really going to, and I really don't see anyone in front or behind of him. So really aren't going to be able to tell a whole lot. I can't even tell if they're, who the race leader currently is between them. But hopefully we can get this one and get it back up and going before too long. No new invites. And it's not joinable, I'm sure. I mean, I don't think Keystone would have done that. No, the game's not joinable. So yeah, so right now we're just kind of stuck right now because I hit the wrong button. I wish the disconnect button had at least a second chance to not back you right out, especially in spectator mode. But yeah, so right now though, Warrior running 7th, Domino and Sporter actually trading positions 9 and 10, about 7.5 seconds behind the race leader. Or no, sorry, 7.5 seconds behind the 17, quite a bit behind the race leader. Actually, about to be on the same straightaway as him. So right now I'm basically just having to commentate on what I'm seeing on this one. 14 laps to go. So lap 62 of 75. I'm not sure how many chances we're going to get to do this one. I'm going to try and see if I can pull up Keystone's view on the screen real quick for you guys. Screen capture window. Let's see if we can get this one. So yeah, massive thanks to Keystone for streaming this one for us, because definitely glad to have at least something I can bring you guys for this. We're gonna full screen that. Actually, there we go. There we go. Theater mode. Hopefully that's a little bit better. Let's see. gonna have to do for at least a little bit. Not much I could really do about it. Okay, just gonna zoom those. Trying to just get this kind of on the fly editing while we're live. And there we go. That is about as perfect as I can get it, at least for on the fly. Okay, so here we go. Right now, at least this is something I can get you guys for content. I'm really apologizing. Feel free to go check out the Keystone Corner over on Twitch. Just see this as well. And I'll also get some audio if I can here. Oh, whoops, I went to the wrong tab. Whoops. So here we go. Now let's get some audio. So at least we can listen to something here. So I'm not actually hearing much off of his radio, but he's run down Warrior here recently. Not really able to see though who the race leader is without a caution coming out. We're gonna try and at least get you guys some coverage of this race to the finish.
I need 10 more solid laps. Concentrate for me.
Nope. Let's see. Did that screw it all up, or are we still good? There we go. That worked. So now I can still check my live dashboard, keep in touch with the chat as we at least watch this, watch the finish of this race, here on Twitch or over on Keystone's Twitch.
Even Ryan lagged out of the lobby.
No, I hit the wrong button. I was
really nice
just an
today.
idiot. No, I'm just an idiot and hit the wrong button. Yeah, I just hit the stupid button. Yes, I just went and let him know. Oh, whoops. Sorry, we need that up there for the actual stream. There we go. There's the live dashboard as so I can keep in touch with anything that goes on as we're watching this thing. So it's definitely winding down here. He's over 20 seconds behind the race leader, so I don't think Keystone's going to be involved in this finish. But it's probably going to be a pretty good one here. Oh! Big crash, and that's going to be our...
What?
Big caution. That's going to be a big caution late in the race.
I'm not
7 seconds, or 7 laps to go, and that's going to bring it out. And you kind of hear it right there. Yeah, so I'm going to go and mute that because they definitely... you can tell they weren't happy. The leader was not happy about that caution coming out. The race will restart, and they're going to get this thing in. Let's hope we can get this invite, and we're going to get to see the finish here. So anyone that stuck around with us for this one, we're going to get to see a finish. So there we go. We're back to good old, to the good old layout that we're used to. At least for those of us who have watched a couple of my broadcasts, and yeah, that's definitely my fault for hitting the stupid button. I wish it had the backup where it didn't immediately back you out, but then again, there's a lot of things in this game that are very unforgiving if you hit the wrong button at the wrong time. So here we go. Let me actually see what the race record is for lap time, or for a race time. So we're not going to break the overall race record set at Martinsville at 41 or 49 minutes. I think that's already, we're already past an hour. So I believe just like yesterday in the truck race, this will be the longest race of each of our seasons so far. Now, of course, this track is one of the larger tracks, other than Daytona. And it's one of those that has some of the now it has some weird attributes of it, but definitely lends itself to some cautions, and has definitely lent itself to having some unpredictability here. Let's see if I can get this invite in. Let's see. I'm going to try and get this invite so I can actually show you guys the finish of this race. Because I really want to be able to show you guys the finish of this one. And I really feel bad about losing out on the last couple laps here. There we go. So let's get this one and let's see the finish. So I'll try and give you guys a race off it, or at least based on the stream. Looks like some of these guys coming off the pit road early. And here we go. It's going to be a short shootout here. It's going to be a duel to the finish, and I don't know who's going to win it. It's going to be a fun one. Only going to be about 3 laps to go when they go back green flag, and it will be a fight to the finish. I hope they don't have a caution and end up just throwing the race to and ending under caution. But, of course, we've seen some cautions on the restart already with guys like Keystone trying to figure out their shifter and not quite getting it. I think Keystone's going to play it safe on this restart to try and take care of his car and himself. Here as we get in, they're loading everybody up here, coming through 3 and 4. Are they on the front stretch? I believe this might be it. Here we go, 5 and 08, battling it out for the race lead here. Yeah, so we're just well ahead of where the stream was. So yeah, right now though, the 5 gets out to the race lead, 3 wide behind him for second. That's going to put JR in a tough spot to try and get there. JR though comes off a turn, or goes into turn 3 in second place still. Sporters gained his way all the way up into 3rd place. But of course he's very closely pursued by 4th and 5th there, Tanklin, and I believe that's Blitzkrieg. But just not a lot of laps to get stuff done here. I mean, it's one thing to have a 3-lap shootout at a short track where you'll still be close, but now you've got to make a 3-lap restart work here. But if you fall too far behind, you potentially might need all the remaining laps just to get back to them. And here we go. As we see, Keystone got loose off the corner that last time by as well. And is the race going to be over this time? I believe this is the white flag. So this here is going to be the battle for the win. JR in the 08 and the 5 at JP Big Dogs. 2 of the best drivers all day long. And we're going to see these 2 go into turn 3. And I guarantee you, only one of them's probably going to come out of this. No, actually, they're not going to be able to really get side by side yet. But here we go, turn 4. What is JR willing to do for a race win here? Let's see. Is he going to be able? He isn't going to be able to do anything. JP Big Dogs takes it at Auto Club. JR finishes a painstaking second there, just not able to do much of anything. Oh wait, was that the end, or do they still have one more lap to go? I'm not really sure, because I think I might have gotten a bit behind on the live stream. But I believe, oh, they might actually still be racing. That might not have been the finish. I thought that was the finish, but either way, JR not able to get it done on the 5. And yeah, there we go. That's the finish of the race. So JR not able to get it done, finishes second. I thought it was going to be that photo finish, and to be honest, I'm kind of surprised then that he didn't go and take another shot at it coming down to the stretch. So massive congratulations to JP Big Dogs on winning this race here. So yeah, JP Big Dogs win the race. Second place, JR put up a great fight. Sporter all the way up into third place. And to be honest, I give a lot of credit on that one to the pit call he made earlier on in the race to get himself some of that track position, to get himself up in the mix. Who even got up to 4th? I don't even know, and I'm waiting for the live results to kind of pop up on my screen here. Let's see. So yeah, it was JP, JR, Sporter, Anarchy, and Misfit, and then the Misfit Racing League owner, Keystone guy. And that's going to be your top 5. Warrior comes home 6th in his first start, and Hitman, Mustang, and Master do not finish the race. But that's all from me here in the Misfits Racing League. We will see you guys next week at Las Vegas Motor Speedway as we get ready to go race at the mile and a half oval there, and we will see you guys in the next in that one. And also, I will see you guys in the next video live stream, or whatever you guys decide to do with the rest of your night.